Perfect. Good job. Again, please let me know if sounds are weird. Because I got frustrated with the microphone earlier.
Welcome. You've got dads.
And bent it out of shape. So last time we did Robert, Craig and Hugo. We had already finished Brian. I think we have Matt, Damien and Joseph left for today. Let's see if we can crank all three out. Oh no, don't worry about it, Andy. I know you're at work. Work is more important than hanging out here. While I appreciate everyone who is here, work is more important. So what I'm thinking is that we start with Matt and then we just work our way through the three we have left. So let's kick it up off with Matt, see what we can do. Why would I need that? This is a click game. Pet every dog. I don't like dogs. Instead of messaging the guy, why don't I just walk over and grab some coffee? I'm feeling really sluggish today anyway. Hello, Roger. Amanda? Amanda sticks her head out of her room. Father! Wanna go to the coffee spoon?
Yeah.
Oh, so you get called cool once and now you're cool dad who hangs out at coffee shops and listens to new jazz and stuff. Amanda, are you gonna bring your laptop and your leather-bound journal so you can work on your poetry anthology? Look, honey, do you want me to buy you coffee or not? Let me grab my laptop and my leather-bound journal. For fuck's sake. Amanda and I make the short walk over to the coffee spoon. The place is quiet today, just a few people hanging out and reading books in the cozy little nooks. I walk up to the counter and see a familiar pierced face. He doesn't really have piercings on his face though, unless it's under the green hair. And for crying out loud, put a shirt on. Hey, you were the dude I yelled at a bunch the other night. Amanda cast a sideways glance at me. He tried to sell me shirts. And who might you be, miss?
Aww.
This is my daughter Amanda, the person I am a father to and very protective of. An honor to make your acquaintance. My name is Pablo. Did I mention that I make witch house music? I wouldn't call witch house music, but okay. A piercing blow to my ego, though not one that will dissuade my need to impress you. My innate dad senses tingle. I am overwhelmed with a fuddly protective energy. I must do something to protect my child. Okay, so 1, 2 or 3. I feel... In order for us to... I think we want to change the subject on this one. So unless someone has any objections, you know, nope. We're gonna do the time-honored way of roll D3. Number 3 then. So we are going... That's not what I wanted to do. So we are going to reappropriate lines from Taken. Listen here, Pablo. I have a very specific set of skills to... I can type pretty fast for people my age. If you so much as harm a hair on my daughter's head, I'll be coming for you at a comfortable 80 words per minute after I practice a little.
Ugh.
Dad! Crispy! Matt comes out from washing dishes in the back room to meet Amanda and I. He and I high-five as fellow cool people do. I see you've met my newest employee. At your service, although I'm only here until Vacant Vale starts their world tour. When's that? Well, we have to put out a record first.
Hey.
Alright, Pablo. Now what do we do with customers again? Right, yes. Pablo clears his throat. Hello, good folk of Maple Bay. Can I interest you in a tasty caffeinated beverage? A smashing pumpkin spice latte, please. A classic. And you? Let's roll that again. That's a roll D3. Number 1. So, Americano football. Americano football. That's not his voice. Americano football, please.
Oh.
Our coffee's as strong as that band's feelings. Good choice. I don't get it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, American football is a sport, but it's also the emo band that made a good album and then waited over a decade and then made another good album, and their music was very sad and sometimes featured sad trumpets.
Oh.
And I'm over-explaining the joke again. Coming right up. Pablo gets to work making our drinks while Matt observes him.
Hey.
Hey, he'll get a hang of it. For as goofy of a dude as he is, kid works hard. Hey man, that concert was... Hey man, that concert was a lot of fun. We should hang out again.
Hey.
Hell yes.
Hey.
I'm actually gonna be done training Pablo in a couple hours and I was gonna go record shopping. Wanna come along? Oops. Pushing my voice down as low as it will go really makes my throat dry. And, you know, trying not to sound like I'm stuck in a barrel. Absolutely.
Hey.
Pablo brings us our drinks and Amanda buries herself in her laptop. I spend my time sipping my drink and cracking jokes with Matt. Last time we hung out, he told me that he had trouble hanging out with other people, but for some reason he and I can talk and joke like old buds. It's weird. I really feel comfortable around him. I mean, he looks like to be a person you can be comfortable around, so... Once Matt feels comfortable leaving Pablo on his own, I say goodbye to Amanda and we start walking to the record store.
Oh.
Have you ever been here before? No, I mean, we have a record player sitting in the living room, but all I have are 2 copies of Frampton Comes Alive.
Hey.
Oh, this should be fun then. We're gonna find you some good stuff. The walls of the store are packed with posters, artwork, stickers and records. A few people mill around, flipping through milk crates of albums. Some indie band is playing through the speakers. It's a nice vibe. Kinda miss going to record stores. The feeling... Oh, CDs mostly. I never really had a record player. So, why do people still buy records? Isn't it kinda outdated at this point?
Oh.
There's a lot of people who will try to tell you that vinyl sounds warmer or more true to the artist's intent. But really, I think it's just nice to collect records.
Hey.
It's cool that in this day and age we have just about every song ever created available instantaneously on our phones. But there's something about holding an album and getting to see the artwork in your hands that I'll always love. I feel the same about CDs. I used to love getting those little booklets and just flipping through them. Just to look at the artwork. And I know I'm kind of dating myself, but I used to have cassettes, like, you know, player cassettes with music on them. You would take music from the CD onto a cassette player. If you want to take it with you, that was way before like the Walkman or MP3 players.
Oh.
That's why I try to get as many of the records that I love in physical form as possible. Remember when we were kids and could have to wait around by the radio with a cassette tape so we could record our favorite songs? Yes, I do. I actually do. I'm that old. And then you get the random commercial or ad trying to break it up so that you wouldn't actually record it from the radio.
Hey.
It made each listen really special, and mixtapes were even cooler because of how much work they took. Never made I made mixtapes for myself, but never for anyone else. Never received one either, but that's a different story. Now you just make a playlist. I think the last time someone gave me a real mixtape was in high school.
Hey.
I look around the multi-level record store and spot some genres: future wave, jungle, anarcho-punk, non-exploitation. I have no idea where to even start. Yeah, I agree. Non-exploitation. Man, this is a little overwhelming.
Hey.
Here, let me help you find something you might like. If you were a milkshake, what flavor would you be? Roll. D4. So number 2. Oh, that's kind of boring. Dull. I tried to mix dull and boring and got bull, which is an animal. Personally... Hello, the blind bandit! Welcome on in! Hi. So, since you're here, which milkshake would you prefer? I'm sorry to put you on the spot like that, but hi! I like new people. We can either go with number 2, which was what the die decided, or you get to choose which one we pick. Strawberry. Okay, let's go with strawberry.
Hey.
If you could only buy one type of candle scent for the rest of your life, what would it be? None. Allergic to scents. Once again, we can let the dice decide, or you can pick one. This is chat cooperation gaming, so as soon as someone say a option, we go with that one unless there are objections. Okay, so out of Daffodil Mountain Spring, Camouflage Summer Breeze, Spring Creek Fireball, or Power Violence Cherry Blossom, we are going with the Cherry Blossoms.
Oh.
What's your favorite ambient sound? Rain, Bowling Alley, Star Trek Bridge Ambience, Howls of the Bone Chorus. This is so edgy, I'm about to cut myself. Okay, yeah, let's go with rain. What's your dream vacation spot? Oof. My backyard, inside an active volcano, living off the fat of the land in Ibiza, starting a new life in the Baltics. Number 2 doesn't really feel like a vacation spot, but you know... Starting a new life? Cool. Let's do that. What's your deepest, darkest fear? I worry that people are nice to me only because they want something from me. Or I fear that I don't deserve happiness and I won't ever get it. Or what if nobody exists but me and I've fabricated this universe? Or saying you too when the waiter tells you to enjoy your food. Out of these, I'd say personally the top, but this is chat. Chat decides where we go with this. 1 or 4. Okay. Let's roll for it then. So, if you type in exclamation point space flip coin, no, exclamation point flip coin, heads will be number 1, tails will be number 4. Okay, so we go with number 1. Matt thinks for a moment.
Wait.
Oh, I know just the thing.
Hey.
Matt runs to the other end of the store and returns holding a record behind his back. He shows it to me. This is Trouble Will Find Me by The National. National have honed their sad guy sound on album after album, and by this point they're old pros about feeling blue. The music is so amazing that it'll actually cheer you up. Whoa, dude. Thanks for the recommendation.
Hey.
You're gonna have a great time with it. Promise. Matt and I bring our records to the cash register. A young girl with a septum ring and a buzz cut stands behind the counter with one earbud in. Usual stuff today, Matt?
Hey.
Just some light pickups. Matt places 3 albums on the counter. Swear I'm good at this by Diet Sig, Forever by Mr. Skulls, and Greatest Hits by Remo Drive. Tight. Nope, that's not a female voice. Tight.
Hey.
The cashier rings Matt up and hands back his albums in a bag. She stares at me suspiciously. Who's the nerd?
Hey.
That nerd is my buddy Chris P. Chris P, this beacon of human charm, is Molly. I got kicked out of art school for destroying my paintings at the end of every critique. Lovely to meet you. Anyway, Matt, is the open mic night still on?
Hey.
You know it. Are the Third Waves gonna do a special acoustic performance? I might see if I can get a few of the girls together. There's an open mic night going on?
Oh.
Yeah, dude. We do it every month at the Coffee Spoon. Some amazing talent always comes through. Got a flyer for it right here.
Hey.
You and Amanda should come by that night. Matt blushes.
Hey.
I mean, if you're not doing anything. Ah, that sweat drop is so cute. But yeah, the Blind Bandit, how has your day been? And how did you find this channel? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I'm just curious to see which ways people go to find my stream. So yeah, how is your day, and do we have any exciting plans for the weekend? Again, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. I'm just... Ooh, cool! Thank you so much for stopping by! Nice! Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I apologize if I'm rushing this a little bit. I have to be out by 1 PM because I have a game of Through the Breach. That is entirely fair. That is entirely fair. Yeah, at 1:30 I have a game of Through the Breach with some people, and I really want to get the second dates done at this point. Mostly because I'm curious to see what happens. Will Vacant Veil be playing?
Hey.
If only. I finished paying for my record and we head out of the store. Man, what a trip down memory lane. I haven't been in a record shop like that since Vans had... Man, what a trip down memory lane. I haven't been in a record shop like that since Vans had shag carpeting. Now that you mention it, isn't it strange to think of all those weird little musical memories? How do you mean? Well, I think music is a very time and place sort of thing. A song is important to me not only in that I think it sounds good, but where I was and what I was doing when I listened to it. Oh yeah, I can't listen to any Linkin Park without getting the sensations of being in Las Vegas again. Because I listened to them all the time when I lived there. Same with Sleeping Sun by Nightwish. As soon as I hear that song, I get that scent of dry sand and static. There's music that reminds me of exes, of struggling through school, of being so poor that I didn't know where my next meal was coming from.
Hey.
All that stuff. And listening to those songs reminds me of those moments of my life. Yeah. Yeah, now that I think of it, even the pop concert Amanda made me take her to is special to me. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the band, but hearing their songs on the radio reminds me of how young and excited Amanda was. Oh! Hello, Lacey! Welcome on in! And thank you so much for bringing your people over. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See. If you haven't checked it... and thank you so much for following the Blind Bandit. If you have not yet checked out Lazy Titan, what are you doing with your life? His streams are amazing. He is playing... I'm not sure how much he has left, but playing Tainted Grail right now, and it's been so much fun to watch it. So go check him out. And he is a wonderful guy from New Zealand. And yeah, you should absolutely go check out his streams. Not sure how much longer he will be playing Tainted Grail, but so far it's been a lot of fun to watch. He also plays an amazing troll in a D&D game I'm in, so... Oh, cool, 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 cool. Yeah. Wait, new game as in new game or new playthrough of Tainted Grail? Because you started the new playthrough while I was still watching, then I had to bail to start this. Ah, yes. True. That's what you were saying. Yeah, now I remember. But yeah, go check him out. He's awesome. If I remember right, is Fleste going Echo Knight? Ah, nice. Yes. No, wait, you're... No, it's Kandros that's doing Echo Knight. No, I remember it's Kandros who's doing Echo Knight. But I think Flest is a fighter as well, isn't he? Anyway, I'm rambling. Yeah, I'm building my bard as a complete support character, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah, the only pure fighter. Kandros is warlock fighter. Say hi to your wife from me. And take care, stay safe and all that. Thank you so much for bringing people over. You're always welcome here.
Hey.
And then that even reminds me of a younger me, going to see my favorite bands in concert with all my friends. We would always go to my friend Cynthia Chapman's house beforehand and smoke pot in her basement like we were so slick. Her parents definitely knew what we were doing. Wait, when was the last time you smoked pot? Never, because it's illegal in Sweden. Matt stops and thinks for a moment. It's been decades. Dude, me too. Where do you even get pot now? Is that even what the kids call it these days? Only do it if it's legal where you live. Unfortunately, I can't because it's illegal in Sweden, but it is legal in the US, that's why it's in the game, so. I don't know.
Hey.
But I bet I could find out. Do you want to get high and listen to our new records? Yeah, okay, one or two. Heads or tails. If you want to flip coin or decide, that is entirely up to you. I'm just gonna preface this with only do this if it's legal where you live. Okay, let's go with one. Only do this if it's legal where you live. Okay? And don't tell anyone I said anything different because I'm not. Fair. But you know, rules and regulations are there for a reason, and Twitch TOS won't. Hi, Bloody! Thank you so much for the bits. And welcome on in. Again, another really cool person. If you haven't been over to see Bloody... how do you spell that? We were just talking about Kandros, actually. But yeah, go check out Bloody Zeros, another stellar human being that you... I think you would have a lot of fun following or watching what he produces. Hi Hester! Bye Hester! Have a great Friday! Yeah, I was saying that I thought that Fleste was the Echo Knight, but then I remembered it's Kandros. I think Kandros is going to have some issues containing the younger crowd in the party now that Ranger and Dakarin has discovered a winning concept. Man. Yeah, well, he is a man, but Matt pulls out his phone and starts texting.
Hey.
After a few minutes, he looks up and smiles at me.
Hey.
Ah, Molly's got a hookup. Says to meet in an alley near the coffee shop.
Hey, dude.
Okay, if it turns out it's the feds, you make a break for it and I'll take the heat. Just promise me that you'll raise Amanda like she was your own. You realize that weed has been legalized in this state, right? That's what I'm saying. Only do it if it's legalized. I definitely knew that. Shifty eyes.
Oh.
But we live in dangerous times. Who knows what lurks in the seedy underbelly of Maple Bay? We could find ourselves in the wrong end of a deal gone bad. Just look out for Amanda. I mean... Dakarin just had herself discard all her plans for her future, so... I'm also going to make life difficult for our dear DM. As she levels up, I'm going to take... I'm going to continue the Warlock thing, and I'm going to take Pact of the Tome, Aspect of the Moon, Devil's Sight, and Eyes of the Runekeeper. So... so you will... all the party will basically have a person who can stand guard all night because she won't be having to sleep, and she can see in darkness, magical and non-magical darkness, up to 120 feet. So, and since she has keen mind and will have Eyes of the Runekeeper, she will be able to remember everything she reads for 30 days. So, bing. Oh yeah, and I'm taking the level 6 feat for College of Lore, which is additional magical secrets, and with Detect Thoughts you can actually detect if thinking creatures are around you within 30 feet of you, which I found really fascinating. Oh, and she's taking silence as well, so... Josh is going to hate her by the time I'm done. Okay, I need a tangent emote. I swear. Oh, here's our guy. Coming around the corner of one of those nasty grease dumpsters, shrouded in darkness, is a lean figure dressed in all black. Oh yeah, but can you imagine a bard just going and everything is silent, like no more sound at all? I think that would be pretty cool. Yes, I need something like that. Excuse me, Mr. Drugman. Surprise, the person almost jumps out of their skin. It's Lucian, Damien's son. Yes. Like the image I have in my head is taking a copper piece and going cling. And that sound just pinging off any creature around, and you can detect thinking creatures around you. And then I think it takes an action to hone in on one of them. And yeah, with Dakarin's intelligence and dexterity. Yeah, for those who love D&D, I play a Bardlock who is currently 5 levels in Bard, 1 level in Celestial Warlock. And when Josh rolled my stats, I ended up with 17 dexterity, 18 intelligence, and 20 charisma. Which is insane. And we started at level 5. By the time I hit level 10, for which I planned, she will have 9 strength, 17 dexterity, 11 constitution, 18 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and 20 charisma. I know, right? It's hard to play a 18 intelligence when you're 13 intelligence yourself. Who sent you?
What?
We're cool, man. We're cool. Says who? For all I know, you could be with the feds. Actually, weed is league. Prove you're cool. What? I need to know if you're cool or I'll bolt. Okay, personally I want to go with number 3 because I think that would be funny. But anyone have any ideas of what we should do in this situation? Or you can roll for it. Like I said before, this is a chat orientated play. Number 1, okay. Any objections? Otherwise we're going with number 1. Yeah. We might have gone from a train wreck to a taxi, but you know. Okay, let's go with number 1. Oh, nice! I've seen this in cop films before. I lift up my shirt to prove I'm not wearing a wire. Oh Jesus, put that away, please! Look, it's fine, I get it. Buzzcut Molly said you were coming. Right. Now that formalities are out of the way, let's make a deal. Alright. How much do you want? 1. 1 what?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
He means weed, Lucian. Yeah, but how much?
Hey, yeah.
1? Oh my god, look, here, take this and give me $10. Just don't tell my dad. Let's all forget this ever happened.
Oh.
I won't tell you, Dad, if you don't. Lucian hands me a baggie of something and disappears down the alleyway. I open it and take a deep whiff. Smells like genuine drugs, yes sirree.
Hey.
That went smoothly. Yeah, we should get off of public property before we smoke this.
Hey.
Great idea. Let's head back to my place, yeah? Exactly! A whole one! I feel like I would be the same if I tried to score anything, but because I've never... Matt and I walk to our cul-de-sac and stop at a gas station on the way to buy rolling papers and soda. I feel like I'm 16 again. Carmencita's having a sleepover tonight, so that gives us all the time we need to do drugs.
Hey.
Awesome, let's do some drugs. Let's not. Matt pulls one of the records out of his bag and puts it on for us. I plop down on the comfy leather couch and look around his place. There are a bunch of band posters and his record collection takes up an entire wall. Welcome back, a little lazy. Whoa, what a collection.
Hey.
Been collecting my whole life. It was nice to finally get them all in one place after being on the road for so much of my life. Had to ask my parents to hold on to them for me. Matt sits down next to me and we lay the marijuana drugs out on the coffee table. Do you want to do the honors? Please, it's your house.
Hey, dude.
If you say so.
Oh.
Matt pulls out some rolling papers and sprinkles some of the beatnik tobacco onto a piece. He starts rolling it back and forth and the paper breaks almost immediately, spilling drugs all over the couch. Nice! Congratulations, Lazy!
Hey.
Never was too good at this.
Hey.
Matt tries again and is able to successfully roll a nice-looking weed cigarette. He hands me a lighter and the blood, I think, and I take it. Well, let's... Okay. 1, 2, or 3. You can pick one or you can roll for it. Nice, Lazy. I hope you get the Okay, number 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we have 2 options now. Golf fairway or smoke some. Anyone else want to chime in? I'm the same, Andy, but I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's go with the golf because that's the majority ones. Unless Bloody has an input on this, or anyone else have an input on this. Okay, let's golf away. Yes, let's do that. Oh, cheese toast. I light the joint and inhale deeply. This is not what I remembered. It's been a while though. Maybe pot drugs have just gotten more potent since the last time I smoked. I pass the joint to Matt and cough a little bit. Should it sting this much or am I just a baby?
Wait, what?
Matt takes a hit and his eyes go wide. That's not weed. Oh god.
Hey.
Did we develop a taste for meth? No, it's... Matt takes another hit and winces.
Hey.
Yeah, this is oregano. I sniff the air. Yeah, that would definitely explain why it smells like a pizza place in here. It would. That little punk ripped us off. Oh well, we can still relax and enjoy the music sober. You know what? You're right. They got oregano. Why couldn't they just smell it when they opened the bag? It's not like oregano doesn't smell like high heavens.
Oh.
We sit and listen through the Diet Cig album that Matt bought, which is catchy as hell. I look around the room again and see photos of Carmencita growing up. I spot a young woman with a huge smile in one of the pictures with the 2. Who's that? Oh, that's Rosa. She was Carmencita's mother. She died when Carmencita was young. Yeah, got pizzaed. I'm sorry to hear that. Amanda lost Alex at a young age too. I can understand how hard that must have been. I look around again, spotting a framed gig poster hanging on the wall. On it, there's an illustration of Matt and Rosa surrounded by flowers. The cursive lettering reads, "Stillness to Dancing." Looks like they played the Soundgarden over a decade ago. Ooh. Grilled cheese with oregano and some ham on it would be brilliant right now. Were you two in a band together? Yeah, that was the reason I was touring so much when I was younger. We traveled the whole country in this rinky-dink little van. It was hard to start, but once we started gaining notoriety and seeing how much our songs meant to kids, it was just incredible. Wow, that seems like a life some people only dream of.
Hey, dude.
It was, and it was difficult at the same time. I couldn't have done it without somebody by my side. Rose and I knew that we couldn't do it forever, and the long hours on the road, missing your family, sleeping in the van, all that stuff. So once she became pregnant with Carmencita, we put down roots in our favorite town to play in, right here. Since she was a kid, Rosa always had a dream to own a quiet little coffee shop. She died before it opened. I'm so sorry.
Oh, man.
Don't be. I'm not really sure what to say. I couldn't possibly count the number of times I told people the same thing after Alex died.
Oh.
Matt gets up to flip the record. Next to the turntable, I notice a dusty piano. Do you play? I'm out of practice. I used to jam on the keys back in the day. That's not his voice. I used to jam on the keys back in the day. Oh yeah? I fronted the hottest 7-piece ska band the Eagle Rock Bay High School had to offer.
Hey.
No way, you had a ska phase? Face? Ska never dies.
Hey.
Except for Scamminist Manifesto, who broke up after the senior talent show to pursue solo careers.
Yeah, sounds great.
Dude, that's so rad. Matt pulls out the piano bench.
Oh.
Give me some of that two-tone love. Oh man, let's see if I still got it.
Oh.
I sit down at the piano. Okay. Well, since he seems interested in ska, I'm thinking the middle one. Wonderwall has been ruined for me by the Hermits on Hermitcraft, because Wonderwall on note blocks is a pain to listen to. So 1 or 2, I'm thinking. But yeah, number 2. Yeah, let's go with number 2. Unless someone has an objection to it, let's go with number 2. Okay, number 2 it is. Hey, I think I'm doing it. I'm playing a ska.
Hey.
Wait, that was just smoke on the water. Matt, I've forgotten how to play. The deep purple is always appreciated nonetheless. Alrighty, buddy, can you top that? I shouldn't. Oh, come on.
Hey.
No, it's been a long time. Okay, do we drop it or do we push it? Oh, hello, Devoen. Okay, number 2. Or encourage. Now we have one for. How is your day, Devoen? I hope your Friday is going well. Okay, we have one for each at this point. So we can either flip for it, or if someone else wants to chime in, that's fine. Okay, so that is 2 for dropping it and 1 for encourage. Okay, let's drop it. Okay, buddy, sorry to put pressure on you.
Hey, dude.
I mean, it's not a problem. It was good to watch you get back in touch with the music that flows through you. I learned to play that song when I was 15.
Hey.
Matt and I sit and listen to more records until it gets late, and I decide that I need to get to bed. Matt walks me to my door.
Hey.
Let's never tell anyone about the oregano, okay? Deal. Wait, can I tell my doctor? I don't know anything about the health effects of smoking oregano, and
Hey.
I think we'll be fine.
Oh.
Night, dude. I smile. Night. He was completely neutral during most of that exchange. At least he didn't hate us. I walk inside and the house is dark, save for the sliver of light coming from beneath Amanda's door. I knock lightly on the door and enter Amanda's room. She's sitting at her desk with her camera, editing photos. Hey, Amanda. Sorry, give me a second. Amanda swivels around in her chair to face me and slumps down. What smells like a pizza parlor in here? What? Nothing. So, what's up? Dad, I'm hungry.
Hey,
Wait, no. Hi, hungry.
hey.
No, I'm Dad. I hate that joke. Hate it so much. I hate it so much. Amanda collapses on the floor. I promised myself I'd never let it come to this. Sorry, kiddo. You set it up. I spiked it down. Woo! Hello. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to the blind bandit, Andy. Thank you. You're a monster. Want some spaghetti? Yes, please. You now have access to our emotes, the Blind Bandit, and you also have a sub badge right next to your name. It's a kitty, which is my kitty, Pearson, who for some reason is not here today, which is strange. Amanda and I boil pasta and heat up sauce in a pan. Well, I boil pasta and heat up sauce while Amanda watches. Despite my best efforts, I'm not able to set it on fire. Hi, Marie! Slum. No, I don't know where he is. I think he's sleeping in Andy's office. He might show up later, though. We're only an hour in, so... How was your day today, Maria? You had like 1 billion things to do. As far as I know. How's record collecting? It was great. Did you know that Matt used to play in a band? No way, was he good? I don't know if the band was good, but he played some piano for me tonight and it was amazing. He didn't play piano though. Nice! At least it's over now, Maria, and yay for getting paid!
Yes.
He played piano for you? Dude! No, he didn't. I think. Yeah, I brought it up that he should play the open mic nights that's happening in his coffee shop, but he got kind of weird about it. I don't remember this. Hey, I saw a flyer for that. We should go. It's not too late to start a father-daughter punk band and play a couple tunes there. Yeah, let me break out my glockenspiel. I think I only know hot cross buns, but we can work off the chord progression. Amanda and I have a nice dinner before she goes back to her room to do photography stuff. I end up watching True Life, I'm a House Hunter. They're staging an intervention for the house hunter, who is crying uncontrollably over the color of the walls. They know they can paint the walls of their house any color they want, right? Right? Matt's song is stuck in my head all night. We didn't play anything though, as far as I know. Date complete! Oof!
Yeah, even
Yeah.
Pitchfork would like that.
We did okay. Okay, I guess.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, I am going to be right back real quick to continue this, but I really need to unhydrate, so I'll be right back. And we're back again. And yes, apparently oregano is what you put in the bag if you want to scam people like that. I like oregano too. I have some growing on my balcony right now. I should probably make pizza soon. Okay, so Damien is up next. Let's go and say hi to our beautiful, beautiful vampire dude. What you do when you don't have to is the time. I can't read that. Hello, Roger. I had. Yes, involving that kind of green stuff. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, the dude goes all out. Flavivi, yes. Our dear Roger, seated in that chair, is the happy descendant of a flamingo and a kiwi bird. So, therefore, he is a Flavivi. Don't ask how it happened. It happened. Also, today's stream snack is a peach. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dearest Chris P., I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment, and I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit. And for that I thank you. That said, Chris P., if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlit stroll would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Bloodmarch. I know, right, Devon? I could check if we can get a Flavivi emote. That would be pretty cool. Writing that down. I'm gonna check with Jess. Because I also need to check about a tangent emote. Tangent. Flavivi emotes. I'm thinking either Jess or Shalalo. No problem, Maria. Of course we can get the Flavivi emote. I might even try drawing it myself, but I'm really bad. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. So you're gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dadbook and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut. You have to write him back! A real letter! But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That is so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse show times. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil never dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration of the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just lots of blood and vampire titties. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out, then sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. Apparently Electric Boogaloo, I mean it's in a movie theater. Was that record player always there? I don't know. I start writing. Damien. Full disclosure, I did play through this one to make sure that it was streamer safe. That doesn't mean I remember shit about it, because my memory is fleeting at best. Unless I can hook it to something, but I was basically just rushing through this. I do find that if we go with number 3, it's just gonna get annoyed. Because good morrow means good morning, and fine eve is evening. So I'm thinking that the top one would be the... top one or middle one would be the best alternatives. Number 3, any objections to, like... yeah, okay, 1, okay. So, we have 1 for number 1, 2 for the... yeah. Yeah, let's go with number 1 then. Good one. What's next? Hey, remember when your son tried to cask of Amontillado, that kid? Love that bit. You been good? I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. So... either one would be funny, I think. Yeah. 1 or 3, yeah. Although, trying to cask of Amontillado of someone else is just cruel. Okay, 1. So we have 2 for 1. Any objections? Okay, number 3. So we have 1 or 3. We can either flip for it, or if someone wants to add something. Okay, let's go with number 1 then, because that got most votes. Hey, remember when your son tried to cask of Amontillado, that kid? He remembers, Dad. Figured I'd recap. It's good narrative storytelling, Amanda. Oh, the Cask of Amontillado is a story by Edgar Allan Poe, where the protagonist lures his enemy into a cellar by hinting at there being a cask of this really, really fine wine called the Amontillado. And he gets his drunk enemy in there, and then he walls him in. That's what happens. Brick by brick, he walls him in. Oh yeah, I mean it's Edgar Allan Poe, so... yeah. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. That Ernest shit was pretty messed up. Okay, 1 or 2? No. Chris P and Damien managed to stop Damien's son from walling Hugo's son into a wall. Okay, 1. Yeah, okay, that's 2 for 1. So let's go that one. Nice. Ask him to hang out already. Yeah, same. Yeah, absolutely same. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Like Bruley's landscape with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. Let me get that. Okay, so I'm thinking 1 or 2 here, just to continue the... Hi! So 1 or 2. Yeah, exactly. Number 3 doesn't make sense at all. So 1 or 2 we... we can either flip for it, or you decide, or... Okay, let's go with number 2 then. Yeah, let's go with number 2. Dad! Whoa! I saw it on TV. I'm not an actually intelligent person. Bring it home, Pops! Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movies. I would very much enjoy your company accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Okay, I'm thinking 2 or 3 here. And I think Damien... I don't actually know. 1, not 2 or 3 here. Yeah, okay, number 3. Do we have any objections to number 3? Okay, hi. Okay, that let's go with number 3 then. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2 Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you'll find both titillating and enjoyable. Hi, kitty. Wanna say hi? Hey, you wanna say hi? Pigeon. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hi. Hi. Hi, boy. Hi, boy. Hi, boy. Hi, boy. Okay. Now you said hi. Okay, let's go. Best wishes. Okay, yeah. Best wishes. Absolutely, definitely going with the top one. And then I sign my name, my full name. Fancier that way. Yeah, he's now. Yeah, I know. No. Best wishes was the only one that made sense. Chris P. Bacon. The chat chose the name. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Damien, I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Hey, remember when your son tried to cask of Amontillado that kid? Yeah, it doesn't make sense in context. Your letter found me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. Like Bruley's landscape with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Enclosed you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2 Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you'll find both titillating and enjoyable. Best wishes, Chris P. Bacon. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Yep, very pretentious. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses the small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing... Here it is, your seal. Or your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on his head. Awesome and appropriate. Hi, cat. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in a clutch. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. Yes, get the Flavivi to deliver it. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. Yeah, I would have to walk. All the Flavivi palm. Where's my voice going? Seriously. That was proper goth house. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night and the theater is kinda crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know, I just walked up. No, I don't know, I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What? What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. My dad is here. I turn around to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
Oh my.
You? Watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Okay, 1, 2, or 3. There's some crap in my throat. And I have a smoothie in this one. Three. Okay, any objections to number 3? True. Okay, we have one vote for number 1. We have 1 for number 3. 2 for number 3. I don't remember how the game wants it. I don't even know if I ever knew how the game wants it. I just rushed through this thing to make sure there was no inappropriate material. Okay, so number 3. That's... Oh, hello, a microbiologist. And yes, he does. He does look like a vampire. Welcome on in. Okay, number 3 then. Oof, he did not like that. I am well aware of the movie I'm well aware of the movie having started or not started, Crispy. He did not enjoy that whatsoever. We should probably have gone with number 1.
Huh.
I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Oh, interesting.
Huh.
That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
What?
You must be joking. I love horror movies. Right. The lights dim for the film.
Ah!
The hell was that? The hell was that? Okay. Composure. Oh, thank you so much for for renewing your subscription, microbiologist. You have been subscribed for 3 months now. Is that a name change?
Outrageous.
Hi, bloody. Okay. Composure. Damien screams. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking.
Ah!
The title flashes across the screen in bloodied letters. Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies.
Huh.
A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awaken my coven. 2 more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Ah, that's why I didn't recognize it. I will now be doing some scouting. Because I can. And it's going to drive me batty. Ah! Aha! Well, I know. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. The 3 look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow gets lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get to a tense moment in the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with a general of the human army whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Okay. Romulus, it is good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you.
Oh my.
Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood. Ooh! I really like it! Yep, absolutely. I'm in favor of this motion. Lazy. Ah, that was my shoulder.
What?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he is afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try and make him feel more comfortable. I've got it! I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie! You need to... Oh! Your emotes need to be like... virus. That would be so cute. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. Remember that he is already kind of mad at us. But I don't think any of the 3 choices will... Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's a really good idea, Lazy. Number 3, okay. Any objections to number 3? Oh, that's a really funny idea. If you do it cartoon style, it could be so cute, Lazy. Okay, so let's go with number 3 here. Nope, he didn't like that at all. Wait, what's happening? I believe Carmela is trying to kidnap the general's son, but the son is also her cousin? And there's a werewolf for some reason. We could retry this, but... Which one's Carmela? She's Demetrius's wife rival, I think. Great, he's confused. Go in for the kill! This movie doesn't make any sense because I'm not paying attention and therefore it's bad. Right, yes. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. Don't worry about it, Bloody! Don't worry about it. We get to the final scene of the movie, where Romulus Badblood and the general's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts. Our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the general's wife begin making out hard.
Oh my.
The film fades to black and "The End" appears on the screen. But then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmela, who watched the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending! Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3, evil must die again. More thunder, More ominous organs. The movie fades out again and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst a throng of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. Thank you, Maria! And yes, go check out Lazy. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and a great attention to detail in regards to vampiric love. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. We are not doing well. We have made Damien very angry with us. Damien's making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. Smooth. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn, okay. Here comes the smooth response. Yeah, I'm thinking thanks. But, like I said, we have made him upset. Twice. So either way I think would work. So 1, 2 or 3. Or we can roll for it. Does not really matter. Okay, number 1. Yeah, okay, 2 for number 1. So let's roll with that one. Okay. Okay, that's 3 for number 1. Yes! Okay. No problem. Crushed it! We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Crispy. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him, for being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket. Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we sit down gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. Yeah. Oh yay, Lazy! I'm so glad that she's been there with you all this time. This year has been incredibly long. I think it feels longer than last year because last year we thought there would be an end soon. But, you know, 4 more weeks until I can get the second jab. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie?
What?
I wasn't... He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I'd known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help.
Ah.
Graveyards, however. I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it.
Ah.
To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think, gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that?
Ah.
I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he is just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster.
Ah.
Thank you. Thank you, Devowen. Appreciate the bits. And the perfectly timed scare. Ruff! Oh,
Oh.
it's a dog. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog! Hey, we both look up, not expecting to see... Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids.
Huh.
What? What? I didn't know you had a dog.
Hey.
This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. I like Robert too. Hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. It's a Boston Terrier. They all look a bit derp. Thanks.
Hey.
My absolute pleasure. I love the little puppy. Boop, puppy, puppy, boop. Damien shakes the dog's paw.
Oh.
Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. Does look like it's been at the oregano. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, maybe that's where they got the oregano from. Robert is a bit of a prankster. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it, as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is peaceful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Chris P, if you'll allow me, it would bring me the Chris P, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. One or three? Yes, Maria. Okay, number 3. I also want cocoa, avocado, and donuts. Okay, number 3. Let's go with number 3. Yes, nice. I approve. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you, someone who's open to my eccentricities. Yeah. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. Exactly.
Hey.
Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hi, Dad. What's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told ya. Yep, she is. Her name is Amanda Bacon. But, as it turns out, Damien is... Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he is so cool it's scary. Nice save, Crispy. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute though.
Yeah.
How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will you? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. This is not gonna end well. Hey, it ended well.
Majestic evening.
It ended better than the last one. That's a plus, however that happened. That is really sus. How did we get an A on this one when we pissed him off twice?
Welcome. You got
Okay.
dads.
Last one of the second date is Joseph. Yeah, probably the Victorian end, but whew, that was rough. That was a rough time. No, you cannot. It's been a long day of clipping coupons. Looks like there's a sale on boxed brownie mix. Blah. That reminds me. I wonder what Joseph's up to. I should see if he wants to hang out. Oh, I want brownies. Or if he wants to go to the store with me and use these coupons. Looks like he's online. Hey Joseph, wanna hang? It takes a moment for Joseph to respond. Oh, Chris P. Hope you've finally recovered from your brownie-induced coma. And I know I promised you a fun Let's not do that. Fun. Chris P. I can't remember the voice I did for him. It's been so long since we played Joseph. Chris P. Hope you finally recovered from your brownie-induced coma. And I know I promised you a fun hang, but tonight I'm actually chaperoning at a youth group mixer. Amanda survived, of course. If you're not doing anything, you should come. I tried for Southern, but I slipped into Irish again. He's gonna have a weird mix of Southern and Irish going on. And be a chaperone with me, because I need the help. Less nice. I think for a moment. I'm a little bummed out, of course. I suppose I just wanted some me and Joseph time. Maybe to get to know him a little better. He's never even taken me on 2 dates. In 1 day. What the heck? My friend needs my help. I tap back. Buddy, if you need me... Phrasing? Buddy, if you need me, you got me. Just tell me where I need to be tonight. Phrasing. Joseph lets me know the details. It starts pretty soon. I should get ready. I will be here all day, dear husband. Although, don't disturb me when I'm playing through the breach. I knock on Amanda's door and peek in. Hey Amanda, I'm about to head out.
Yeah.
Where are you off to? Are you gonna go extreme couponing? I'm actually gonna go chaperone this youth mixer dance thing that's happening at Joseph's church. He says you're invited, but if you don't want to come, I'll cover for you. Sleep well, Lacey. Take care and stay safe. All that good stuff. And I should see you on Sunday, if not earlier. For a Dread stream. You know what? I'm down. Maybe I can make some new friends. That's a good attitude. But I'll have you know that I'm mostly doing this for the potential of free food. Cool. See you tomorrow then, Lazy. Thank you, Amanda. You get 4 daughter points today. Can I trade them in for a daughter lava lamp? Sorry, you only have enough for a daughter spider ring. Or some of those daughter plastic jumpy frogs. I like those things. Jumpy frogs are fun. Yeah, only 4, I know, right? They'll try their hardest. It's inspirational. I know, right? Only 4 daughter points? Okay, we arrive at the church to find that nobody's there. There are decorations and balloons and banners and everything, but no youths. I've been to a couple dances in my life, and not that I want to paint myself as some sort of dance expert, but generally dances require people. And those people need to be dancing. All of a sudden, Joseph jogs up to us. He looks frazzled. You're here! I need your help! Joseph gestures to the hand-painted banner hanging above the church doors. It reads, Jesus is coming.
Ah.
Yikes.
Huh?
Well, that's certainly a thing. God made all things, Amanda.
Yeah.
Except for the banner. Ernest made that. Of course he did. I genuinely can't tell if he meant that maliciously or if he just can't spell good.
Oh.
You know what God also does? Forgives. He forgives teenagers and he never ever breaks their box mods. Are you going to break Ernest's box mod? No, Amanda, that would be a sin. I think is the one right after sloth.
Oh.
Crispy, I'll need your help to getting this down before anyone sees it. I can swing that. Amanda, can you help? Physical labor, huh? Huh. Amanda begins rapidly scanning the mostly empty room, looking for an escape route of her own. I have to go set up with the food. The food's already set up. I'm gonna do a final inspection pass on the food to make sure it's up to code. Huh. I'm gonna eat your food. Amanda's able to bolt away before myself or Joseph can get another word in. Yeah, she real can book it when she wants to. Her father was a giant pair of legs.
Oh.
I dated some giant arms once, but it turned out they were all I dated some giant arms once, but it turned out they were all right. You must have been devastated. It was Armageddon. Duh. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I'll workshop it. There's a gem in there somewhere. Yeah, giant arms. We'll get to that, Maria. We'll get to that. I'm really glad you're here, Crispy. Are you enjoying my company, or did you just lure me here for my strong arms and height advantage?
Yeah.
A little bit both. It's always something with you, Joseph.
Wink.
Something handsome and pious? You're not that pious.
Bad.
Debatable. You just alluded to breaking a child's vape pen.
Oh.
I would have lost the debate. You ready to do this? Let's make some magic happen. Magic isn't real, Crispy. God said that. God was also a bush one time. True. Yeah, Ernest is trying to convince people that he should be vaping at 16, which I highly don't agree with, but that's just probably... Well, that's not just me, that's, you know, most civilized civilizations' laws. Yeah, Ernest is 16 and he's vaping, so... Don't agree with that. Joseph and I grab a stepladder and walk over to Ernest's banner.
Ah.
That turd Ernest had one final trick up his sleeve. Looks like this nightmare is stapled and taped 6 ways from Sunday. Any ideas? What happened to your strong arms and height advantage? Alright, I forgot about those. But I realized my oversized dad fingers are far too large to get leverage on the tiny staples. You got a hammer I can use to pry these off? Crispy, this is a church. We get a little nervous around hammers. Of course you would. And nails. Of course you would.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. We just don't have a hammer.
Ah.
But we have to hurry. The youth will be here any moment. I'll never hear the end of it if we don't fix this. Wait, I have an idea. I run to grab the marker that Ernest used to draw this thing and jump back on the ladder. We can't get it down, but we can send a different message. I only got one shot here. Let's do this right. Okay, let's do... Since someone's already said let's paint over it, let's do the third one. I'm gonna say that we do number 3 on this one. Because the other two are not an option. That won't change anything. Yeah, let's go with number 3. I'm able to turn a U into an A and an L somehow. It's a little tight, but it works. Yeah, he really liked that. Nice. I think he would have hated the other 2 options. Well, that's true, I guess. Bask in his calming presence, Joseph. Relax. Crisis averted. Let's just hope the youths don't notice. Joseph checks his watch. Huh, the DJ should be here by now. Oh, please God, no, not that guy. It's that guy. Just then the doors swing open and a man struts in with his DJing equipment. Wait, you're not the usual guy. What happened to Evan? Evan knew exactly when to play the Cupid Shuffle. Hey, I'm not Evan. Evan sold all of his DJ equipment to backpack through Europe, so I'm filling in for him. I do envy him, though. What I would give to drop everything and start over. Haha! Wait, it's the sad guy from the trivia place. Yep, it is. Are you alright? Alright? I'm better than alright. I'm DJ Spin Master Quinn. He sighs heavily. I usually do trivia nights, but I moonlight on the ones and twos to give myself a sense of purpose in life. Is he okay? Well, you'll have to do. You have a playlist of fun songs that you will like that won't inspire impure thoughts or tempt them to the dark side, right? The DJ thinks for a moment. Believe me, buddy, I got what you need. Okay, great. I'll let you get set up. The DJ leaves. Nope, he is not okay in any way, sense, shape, or form. Let's keep an eye on this one. I agree. He sounded like he was just gonna play Creep by Radiohead on repeat. Yes, and that's not appropriate probably for a church. After some time, kids from the community starts filing into the dance hall. Some of them seem to notice our sign hack, but they don't seem to care. Most of the kids group off into tiny clusters, standing in circles and casting sideways glances at the other groups of teens. Man, I do not miss being a teenager at social functions. Me neither. I hated social functions. Still hate for social functions. Hey, party people! Everyone in the room turns their attention to the DJ. DJ Spin Master Quinn coming at you with the sound that people want. We're off to a good start. This next tune goes out to all the ladies in the audience. Ladies, let me hear you say yeah. A few half-hearted yay is echoed through the crowd. Alright! He sighs again. Man, it's been a heavy couple days. This next one's actually just for my wife Sandra. I hope we can work things out, my little honeysuckle wine. The DJ begins playing Creep by Radiohead. Amanda sidles up to me, pizza in one hand and punch in the other. I agree, Devowan. Nope. Creep, huh? Bold choice for a youth group. Let's see where he goes with this. After the song finishes, he plays Creep again. Is the DJ crying? If you watch the kids really closely, you can catch them cringe every time Tom York swears. Yeah. There they go! Maybe we should do something about this.
Oh.
Joseph runs up to us. He's killing the vibe. They're listening to swears. Sad swears. We have to do something.
Yeah.
You guys should try to give him a pep talk. Maybe work him up to Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. Or at the very least No Rain by Blind Melon. 'Cause that will help. You wanna help us cheer him up? Actually, I just saw my friend, Federico! Federico? He's from Latin. I didn't know you were taking a Latin class. I'm not. So, he's from the country Latin?
Ugh.
Yes, it exists. Don't Google it. You can go, Amanda. It's fun. Amanda, she's gone. Joseph and I make our way to the DJ booth where Spin Master Quinn is having a quiet cry. Hey, bud. Hey, hey, my dudes. How's the party jamming? It's, not? I'm sorry, fellas. Just taking a moment to find my groove. Gotta play the sad tunes to properly appreciate the bangers, right? Maybe not creep, though. Okay, which one do we go with here? I feel that I think that number 2 would make Joseph mad. But I don't know which other of 1 or 3. Jesus has spoken. Okay. Do we have any objections? Let's go with that one. Listen, buddy. This is a church function. The songs you're playing seem... They're a bit much, don't you think? It's kinda bringing everyone down. You should put on some top 40 stuff. Lift everyone's spirits. When everyone's dancing and happy, that it makes the good Lord happy. Right, Joseph? Oh, he liked that. Nice. Perfect. The good Lord does love a song that slaps. And he's a minister, so you know he means it. Let Jesus take the wheel here. You want me to play Jesus Take the Wheel? That is the opposite of what I want you to do. Hey, buddy. If it's problems you're having with... Joseph leans in close to me. What was his wife's name again? It was Sandra, right? I think his wife's name was Sandra. I want to say Sandra. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Sandra. Perfect! Nailed it! If you're having problems with Sandra, I can help you too. I do counseling. It's my job here. And I'm very good at it. Oh, I don't know. I can tell that you're hurting. Nobody voluntarily listens to that much Radiohead on repeat unless they're really going through some tough times. Trust me, I know. I didn't even do that when I was a teenager. Yikes. Although, was Creep even out when I was a teenager? Man, I'm old. Joseph places a hand on Spin Master Quinn's shoulder, who immediately collapses into Joseph's embrace, crying quietly. Okay, so, yeah. I turned 15 in 2000. And so, I didn't even listen to Creep that much as a teenager, so I think I heard it like once or twice on the radio. There, bud. It's gonna be okay.
I am so sad.
Thank you. I'll put some dance hall anthems. I put on some dance hall anthems. You're the best, Spin Master Quinn. With yet another crisis averted, Joseph and I return to the dance floor, where Amanda's waiting with an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
They have ice cream here! Good work, Amanda. How's it looking out there? Well, for a dance, there's not a whole lot of dancing. Looks like people are starting to bail, though. This is a disaster.
Alright.
Don't be so hard on yourself. This ice cream, top notch. I'm sorry for dragging you into this, Crispy. You and Amanda should just go home. I'm not gonna make you stay here for the train wreck. Train wreck. It's not a disaster. We can still fix this. I suddenly realize what we have to do. Amanda, get out of here. I don't think you're gonna want to be here for this. Or be seen with me after this.
Huh?
Oh God, you're not going to... I throw my car keys to Amanda. I'll get a ride back with Joseph. Just remember me as I am right now. Not as what I'm about to become. Amanda nods. Nice knowing you, Pops. She runs out the door. Joseph, I'm gonna turn it up on the dance floor. With luck, we can get these youths into it as well. Are you in or out?
Yeah.
Joseph stares at me. He knows what has to be done as much as I do. See you on the other side. See you on the other side. Joseph and I walk out onto the dance floor in the middle of the room. The youths all stare at us, unsure of what we're doing. Time to get our groove on.
Yeah.
Let's start them off with... Thank you for the bits, bloody. Love you. Okay. What the best part is? Cat didn't even react. Oh, and the jump timer needs to be reset. I think it's twice this time. Twice another time. I don't... Yeah, it needs to be reset. It's been twice this stream. I'm not sure if we have a reset for that. Okay, thank you, bloody. Let's start them off easy and work our way up to more technical stuff. Okay, let's start from the top. No, wait, roll the dice is easy. He wants to start easy and work your way up. Yeah, big oof. So let's roll the dice first, because that seems to be an easy one. I pull out the classic handshake and dice throw to the music. I'm a little offbeat, which is to be expected from any dad, but I think this is a nice baseline to work from.
Oh.
Joseph follows along, bopping his head to the beat. Bop.
Hey.
Simple but smart, that's good. I look around. Well, it looks like we got everyone's attention. Love you too, bloody. That scare what got me. Alright, Crispy, let's turn up the heat. So I'm thinking... The only one I know is Running Man, and it's still pretty easy. Okay, we gotta reset for the death counter, but not the scare counter. Okay. Well, feel free to add one. So which one do we want to do? 1, 2, or 3? Or we can just roll for it, because I think either one of them is going to be ridiculous. Number 3, okay. Okay, let's go with number 3 then.
Oh.
Since time immemorial, this move has never let me down. I start jogging in place, matching the movements with my arms pushing out. This seems to awaken something in Joseph, who feels the fire of the running man deep within him. I look around to the youths. They're getting into it. Nice work, but we'd better pick it up or they'll lose interest quick. Okay, I don't know what any of these are. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. Number 1, okay. Any objections to number 1? I figured as much, but I don't know anything about breakdancing at all. I know it looks cool, but that's about it. Okay, number 2. 1 or 2? Or we can flip for it. That's not an option, Maria. That's not on the list. But Cabbage Patch, heads, windmill, tails. If you want to do flip coin. Okay, so we are going with. Okay. Now it's difficult again. It's 2-2 again. But yeah, the dice gods decided Cabbage Patch. Okay, let's go with the dice on this one. Because that's what the dice gods decided.
Hey.
You never can go wrong with the Cabbage Patch. Joseph follows my lead. We both take our arms and move them around in a circle, as I assume you would do in a Cabbage Patch. I look around to the youths. I think they like agriculture. They're not looking too lively yet, but we can still turn it around. Okay. No, we're not doing the last one. Absolutely not. Because that's an image I don't want in my head. At all. Under any circumstances. Please, no. Okay, Moonwalk. We have one for Moonwalk, one for twerking. I am against twerking. Yeah, sure, I can ask him that. Let me... count... resets. Allow. Why was that blocked? Okay. Okay, but let's do, unless someone is absolutely against it, let's do the Moonwalk. Because I really don't want to have the image. Nope. I really don't want to have the image of a white church minister twerking stuck in my head for the rest of the day. Probably a move that should... I don't know, actually. Butter churn you make butter in, but yeah, let's go with the Moonwalk. I start sliding my feet backwards. I can't tell if it looks good or not, but I think these kids have seen enough people doing moonwalks that they understand the general concept. Joseph makes a moonwalk attempt as well. Surprisingly, dude pulls it off flawlessly. I look around to the youths. They're cheering. Alright, time for the big finish. Oh! I want to do number 2 on this one because I think that would be funny. Funny. Yeah, number 2. Let's do number 2 because I think that would be so funny. Our scrawny little crispy lifting this guy. That image is just too funny. I approach Joseph and motion that I'm about to lift him up. Are you strong enough to do that? No. I don't know! Without regard for human safety, I summon all of my might and lift Joseph above my head. It isn't quite dirty dancing, but Joseph is a good sport and spreads his arms while I spin him in a circle. I look at the crowd. They seem to love it. The kids swarm the dance floor. They're all laughing and dancing to the music. Looks like our job here is done. Somewhat obligingly, the kids take the dance floor and start to move around. Before long, they're starting to laugh and enjoy themselves. It was dicey, but we've done our jobs. Yep.
Whoa.
Come on, the rest of the chaperones will take it from here. What?
Oh.
I have something to show you. Joseph leads me out of the main room and down various darkened corridors of the church. I can barely see anything and find myself tripping over my own feet. Joseph, I think I lost you. His hand finds mine in the darkness. I'm right here. I'm glad he can't see me blush. We keep walking. Have you ever heard of a light switch? Just click. Where are we? This church is huge. We're almost there. I actually have to admit that I was a little dishonest with you. I didn't just invite you out here to help me chaperone. What happened to lying being one of the 10 things you're not supposed to do? I think there's an exception for when you're trying to surprise a friend. Joseph closes a door behind us. I guess we're in a random room in the depths of his church now? What could he possibly have planned? Exactly! Light. So, last time we talked about escaping to an island where we could live out an easy tropical lifestyle, where our only worry is to find that lost shaker of salt. Since we can't actually do that, I figured I could just bring a little bit of the tropics to Maple Bay. It's not quite Margaritaville, but something like it. Joseph throws on the lights finally. Welcome to the Margarita Zone. I look around as my eyes adjust to the light. It's his office, but there are twinkle lights strung across the walls, little garlands of fake flowers, and 2 beach chairs set up in front of the desk. There's a blender and 2 glasses sitting on the table. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. This is kinda cute. Joseph, this is amazing! Yes, he has!
Yeah.
There's no pop tops to step on here, buddy. Never actually had one. You did this for me? Joseph takes a seat and gestures for me to do the same. I did this for us. I think we both earned it. I settle in while Joseph pours us both margaritas. You really went all out. They're adults, of course they're not virgin margaritas, although this is a church.
Whoa.
I have a flair for the dramatic, and you can't lead a community if you don't know how to make good margarita. I take a sip of mine. This is a killer margarita. I would follow this man. Do you think the dance is gonna go okay without our sick dance moves? No, not here. You're missing the point of Margarita Zone.
Oh.
Margarita Zone is a place of rest and relaxation. It's a place where you can kick your feet up and forget about your worries for a while. Yeah. His mixing of pink and purple is atrocious, especially with those pants, but I like his wisdom. Watch out for blown out flip-flops. Let's get tattoos of Mexican cuties. No, not that one. It's heaven on earth with an onion slice. No. Yep, absolutely, Maria, absolutely. True community cohesion via alcohol. Well, if you have to lead a youth group, I guess you would need it. Okay, flip-flops we have 1 vote for. No, the funny part is that in Australia they're called thongs. In America, a thong is not a shoe. I know, right, the one. But do we go for flip-flops in this situation? Okay, let's go for flip-flops. I so want to go on a tangent about the history of flip-flops, but I'm not going to. Yay, he liked that! Nice! It's a real fair. Thankfully no hills will get cut in my version of Margarita Zone. Joseph gestures to the makeshift island bar he's made. Exactly, Marie! The sandal goes flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop. Although the origins of that went clack, 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 clack.
Hey.
You know, it's funny. This reminds me so much of when I was younger. I've been meaning to ask, what did you do before you started preaching? It's uninteresting. I left home young and got into a lot of trouble. What kind of trouble? Trouble meant I got to go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I hitchhiked around the country, went on adventures, met all kinds of people. Did some stuff I'm not too proud of. But I was young and in love and I didn't have to answer to anybody.
Ah.
And now, I host fundraiser car washes and take the kids to soccer practice on the weekends. Sorry, I don't mean to get heavier. That is very true. It's okay. It seems like you spend a lot of time taking care of others, but not enough time to taking care of yourself. If you need to talk about it, I'm here for you. Joseph stares deeply into the blender filled with ice and margarita mix. It's just, I think about Margaritaville a lot, or I guess the concept of it. A place where I could strum on my sixth string while I wait for the shrimp to boil, drink margaritas all the time, forget my worries. Well, the last time I stepped into a church, I was plied by Roman architecture and Renaissance paintings, so... And those things can get my interest a lot faster than wine. And it was in Rome, so... Well, the paintings were in Florence. The Roman architecture was in Rome. And that was 2017, so... No, I never got to go to the Sistine Chapel, but I did go to the Pantheon. Oh yeah, that's true. It was a funeral. Before that, it was the Pantheon in Rome. But we didn't get it to Rome in time to go to the Sistine Chapel. You have to be in line at like 5 a.m. in order to get inside. It's ridiculous. It's an easy life. I had Margaritaville once. Yeah, I really liked Rome, except for the dust. The dust triggered my asthma a lot. I would like to go back to Florence, though. Florence was beautiful. So beautiful. We went to the Uffizi, we went to the... what was that monastery called? San Marco, I think. Yeah, where we lived, I was there in late spring. Beginning of May. And where we lived, the dust was everywhere. It was so hard to breathe. When you got into Rome proper, it was fine, but where we lived, the dust was absolutely everywhere, and it was really, really hard to breathe. Yeah, it was very dry. It hadn't rained for a month, I think. And with Italians driving the way they do, the dust just whirled up everywhere. It was... Ugh. But yeah, when you got into Rome proper, it was fine. It was sand, it was road dust, it was car dust, it was Just this reddish sand everywhere. Reddish brown sand. But I think the closest I'm ever gonna get back to it is Margarita Zone. A short and occasional reprieve from daily life. That one's weird. Is that such a bad thing? This is pretty nice. It doesn't last forever. That's a rub. When you're in Margarita Zone, it's not like your problems have really gone away. You're just choosing to ignore them.
Oh.
Maybe you're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe Margarita Zone is actually better than Margaritaville, because Margaritaville itself is an impossible ideal. Remember what Spin Master Quinn said? Sometimes you have to play the sad tunes to appreciate the bangers. If stepping on a pop top is your biggest concern, how could you possibly appreciate the boiling shrimp? And Margarita Zone isn't landlocked to this office. I think it's about finding little pieces of Margarita Zone throughout your day and taking joy in those moments. Very true. Oh, I loved being in Monzuno. Monzuno was absolutely gorgeous. So wonderful. I really want to go back.
Oh.
That's awful optimistic of you. Doesn't have to be anything big. For me, I think it's being able to quietly do word jumbles and drink some strong coffee in the morning. To see my daughter smile, or I smile at Joseph. To spend some quality time with a good friend. Yeah. I can feel myself leaning closer to Joseph. Is it just me, or is he leaning closer too? Joseph tenses up. He downs the rest of his margarita and hops up out of his chair. It's getting late. We should head back. Sure. Joseph and I make sure the dance wraps up without incident before he takes me back to the cul-de-sac. I hop out of Joseph's car before he pulls out into his own driveway.
Oh.
Thanks again for the help. Thanks again for Margarita Zone.
Oh.
Maybe we'll go back there one day. If we do, it'll be on my own damn fault. Joseph chuckles and drives away. I walk into my living room to find Amanda curled up under a blanket and groaning on the couch. Hey Panda, you feeling okay? Dad, I have a tummy ache. Eat too much youth group food? I drank too deeply from the well of life, and now I pay the price. And by well of life, I mean that big lukewarm punch bowl of seltzer, juice, and sherbet. Amanda slides to the floor with an elongated groan. Need anything, kiddo? A time machine that goes back approximately 2 hours in the past so that I can warn myself of the folly of excess. Yeah. I'll pour you a glass of water. I'm surprised you got a tummy ache from seltzer, though. Love you, Pops. How did the dance go? Oh, I crushed it. Got the kids on the dance floor at the expense of my dignity. A fair trade. Also, everything hurts. I'll see you in the morning, kiddo. Night, Dad. Come on. Come on. We can hit it. We can get it. We can get it. We can get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dang it.
You look great.
So close. So close to an S rank. Oh well. Okay, so we have finished second dates with everyone. Another dreary night, another listless stroll through Maple Bay. I've really been bonding with the community at Jim and Kim's lately, so my strolls have been leading me there more and more often. Blah, blah, blah. I've really been bonding with the community and Jim and Kim's lately, so my strolls have been leading me there more and more often. I know, right? We bonded! Peter the man from the bank, Keith from down the street, Evelyn who I saw at the deli that one time, and a guy whose name I think is Carl are basically members of the family at this point. In fact, I heard Neil, the surly bartender, mention that tonight is Keith from down the street's birthday, and that he'd have to get that little baby a little cake from his special little day. I think he's probably just being a dick, but I head into the bar anyway. The mere possibility of cake is strong enough to lure me in. I step inside just in time to see Neil washing a cake tray with a crime scene outline of pink icing on it. Huh, I guess it really was Keith from down the street's birthday, and I missed it. I sit down and order a beer. As I sit down at the bar, I notice Mary from next door sitting in the corner of the room, drinking alone again. She must be having a rough day. She seems to be so weary and so sad. She's been doing this more and more often lately. A pang of guilt shoots through me. Does she know? Is this because of me? Am I a homewrecker? So, do we say hi or do we keep watching the game? I kind of want to go say hi because story reasons. But I think she will also... Yeah, let's go say hi because story reasons. I decide to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. The seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyways, and she finally notices me. You. Okay, this was maybe not the best idea. Hi. Having fun with your new best friend Joseph? He's a great... I'm so glad. I'm happy for you two. Mary, I'm not...
Hey.
I'd never accuse you of anything uncouth, Crispy. You're just having an innocent, very platonic time with my husband. A supportive friendship.
Ugh.
You're a good friend, aren't you? Okay, I would say yep, he's just a friend, because yep, he's just a friend. Right now? But yeah, it's entirely up to you guys what we want to choose. Yeah, okay, number 2. Yeah, let's go with number 2 then. Yep, he's just... Okay, we have 2 for number 2, 1 for number 3. True, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's go with number 2. Okay, now we have 2... We have 2 for number 3, 2 for number 2. Okay, so let's go with number 3 then. She's not gonna like it. Unlike some other people in his life. So you're an expert on my marriage now. Well, I probably wouldn't say it to her face, but I think it's rather obvious that they are both miserable. So okay, so number 1. I think this is gonna end poorly, but story. Okay, number 1. Any objections to number 1? Okay. Then what does that make you? We were miserable a long time before you started poking into our business. Buddy boy, don't come around thinking you're some paragon of empathy just because you got involved where you weren't welcome. Mary takes a long sip of her drink. This was a mistake. You know, you're really not his type. I'm surprised. Okay. Mary pays her tab and strides right out of Jim and Kim's without looking back. Okay, that could have ended better.
You've got Dad.
Okay, so we are on number 3. I think we said at the start that we were going for Robert first. This is where I'm going to make a save. So that we can come back here and do all the other third dates as well, if we want to do that. Hi Terrace! We are on third dates now! So I think we were going to start with Robert and then go through the other ones. We have managed to make Damien cranky with that. We've pissed Mary off royally. So yeah, let's go with Robert. We will not have time to finish all of it, I think. But let's try. Because I need to get out at 1. But we'll just save and continue next time. Let's message him. Yeah. You know what they say about third dates? They get pretty serious. You might not have time to browse that book for a while. Are you ready? Yes, we do, Terrace. Save and continue. I haven't spoken to Robert since that night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then, like more so than the usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Crispy! Hey, Crispy! Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? I take a look at my dad book messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Guess. It's you! Also me, but mostly you! Okay, since this is a third date, I'm thinking, yeah dude. Because the other ones are more reluctant. But yeah, number 1. I'm thinking number 1 on this one. Let's try and get a high score on this guy. I type back to Robert. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes. Meet me at Jim and Kim's at 8 p.m. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's giving me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. Okay. Roger! Amanda! Amanda pops her head into the hallway. Music I don't recognize blaring from her room. Yes, this is the third date. What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. I have no idea, Maria. Literally no idea. Hopefully in his car. And I'm gonna let you interpret that any way you want. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda. Dad, I'm so happy for your It is outrageous. There is. As long as it meets TOS, go wild. Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? Sad shit. Okay. Number 3? Okay, let's go with number 3. Amanda language. What would grandma think? I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay. Let's go with number 3 then. Unless someone has an objection, we're going with number 3. Hey, kitty. Yep, let's go with number 3. Amanda, You know what? You're an adult now. I gave it an earnest effort for all 18 years of your life. Go forth and swear. Fuck yeah! I really hope I don't regret this later. Ooh! We got an achievement for that! There was an Hi George! How are you? We actually got an achievement for that! I really hope I don't regret this later. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad shit. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. It actually seems like he combed his hair and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Oh, we're on the third date now, George. Third date with not George. Robert! Boop. There's also a cat sleeping on my desk, so I am all set. Hey. Awesome! No, that would be Ellie, that is. Ellie, George's girlfriend, would get the third date. Or more dates than that, actually. Hey. You take a shower just for me? Holy mother of... Thank you, Maria, that scared me. And George! You have the emotes back! Whee! You can use all the emotes again. I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. I'm gonna say to us because this is a date. That is very true, Maria. Hopefully the whiskey will, you know, rinse it out. But yeah, to us. To us. Here's to us and all the property damage and petty larceny that we may commit tonight. I like that, nice! We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his, rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. Hey, someone is enjoying himself. So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think that'll kill some time before we got burned down that old abandoned house in the woods. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned.
Hey.
Mary pops over the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call?
There.
Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly. Yeah. You're replacing me with the new kid? Mary, I could never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. I know, right, George? I love this game. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean-pressed clothes up and down suspiciously. What? Do you got a court date coming up? Okay, which one do we want to pick here? Okay, number 3. Okay, let's absolutely go with number 3. He would have had to shave first. Oh, he loved that. Nice. Good call. Seriously though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctor says cirrhosis of the liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known. Especially since Ma's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Chris Pete, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. That took a turn. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life, then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. They watch the sunset every night, probably screw like donkeys. That's more information than I needed. What? Wait, aren't rabbits the ones who screw a lot? Oh, sorry, didn't realize you were an expert on which animals screw a lot.
Give it a rest.
Please stop saying the word screw. At the moment, considering this is the first third date, it's Robert. Absolutely Robert. I haven't decided yet though. Uh-oh. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Chris P are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. This place is dead anyway.
Ah.
We exit the bar and find a typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern that he shines up at his face for dramatic effect. Okay then. What's going on? Looks like one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time. I've always wanted to do one of those. You know all of the stories are fake, right? Pretty much all of my stories are fake. This is research. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him. Come on! We can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square, Chris P. Just act like you belong. Thank you, Terrace. Robert sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, not this guy again. Hey, hey! It was in this place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. To date, we do not know if the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it's widely reported that their ghosts still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day. It was actually 1692. What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down this road. Yep, tour master now. I'm sorry, who are you? Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian. Okay, that's... dude. Daniel... McSturgis. Ghost historian. And this is my colleague, Dr. Got stuck on something. Doctor. Okay, which one do we want? Do we want an 80s reference, 90s reference, a 00 reference, or contemporary? Okay, 80s or 90s? Which one would you want, 80s or 90s? Okay, let's go with 80s then. Yeah, It is. Oh, hello. Dr. Loomis. Paranormal investigator. Seed won't... Okay, the pit won't go out of this. Cherry? Not cherry. Peach. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. You may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this. Hi. Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
Oh.
They've definitely been here. Been standing next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know.
Ah.
As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by hauntings since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour. Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered.
That's the good
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Okay, läget. Robert, Mary and I follow the group down the street. That tour guide's shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt. Well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead, don't arouse too much suspicion, and we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time. This also seems like a good place to save, because, like I said, unfortunately I have to stop at no later than 1. So let's pick this up on next Friday. It's now 10:02. Come on. Dad director. That will never stop being funny. Dad director's cut.